Metallica quite a bit. Not as hard, but Aerosmith. I was a big fan of Depeche Mode as a teenager / child. Did a lot of people say that? Like, what kind of music do you like? I like radio music. Like, huh? That's so stupid. I don't think I've ever asked someone what kind of music they like and they answer with, oh, I like music on the radio. Like, I would immediately follow up, okay, with what station do you listen to most of the time? I used to really like the radio music where I live in Tucson, Arizona, but now the stations here kind of suck. It's basically like pop music, that's iHeartMedia stuff. They also have country and like news radio a bunch, and then there's a hip hop station that's kind of garbage. And I mean, not that hip hop's garbage, just that station's kind of garbage. And then there's a classic rock station, and that's about it. Wow, that's equally as bad of a response. What's your favorite color? My favorite color is rainbow. Like, okay. Which color of the rainbow? All of them. You're so canceled. Just kidding. No, you're good. I thought I dialed back my bot and how strict it was, but apparently that's a really bad word that it doesn't like. When I was, I think it was when I was dating my current wife, she had asked me one time what my favorite color was, and I said, I don't really have a favorite color. And she said, it's yellow. It's like, what? It's like, you have to have a favorite color. And if you don't have one, I'm assigning you one, and it's yellow. So ever since then, if people ask what my favorite color is, I tell them it's yellow. Which is especially funny because I wouldn't even have like put it in my top 5 favorite colors. But I definitely like it better because of that happening. I always thought it was fun. Wow, that's pretty rough. A first grade teacher told you were dumb. What? Is that like what she had said? Not straight up said you're dumb, but like implied you can get a job when you're an adult at McDonald's or something? Oh, you saw ads? Oh, but that's weird. Loud noises. I was just thinking, I thought you were subscribed. That prevents you from seeing ads, but there you go. I guess you had gifted subscriptions, but not subscribed. I lasted about 2 days when I got back on Twitch watching people's streams before I was like, screw these stupid ads, and got Twitch Turbo. So I was so sick of it, all the ads. Well, that means a lot to me. I appreciate that. Means you're really picky. I'm the same. Like, I think there are only 2 people that I'm actually subscribed to that haven't been like gifted to me. Wow, that's pretty messed up. Especially at that age. Holy cow, that's crazy. For a teacher to be like that. Was she like some old, like, burned up, just like waiting for retirement kind of teacher? Because I had teachers like that were just like didn't give me the time of day. Obviously didn't care for kids anymore. They were just like, I've been teaching for 30 years and I'm about to retire. I'm just trying to get through this year. I almost got one fired my first year of high school. Oh, so I was, it was I think it was 9th grade, might have been 8th grade, can't remember, math teacher, and there was a day where she was, or like a whole week or something like that, where she was gone on some trip. So we had a substitute teacher the whole week, and she told us at the beginning of the week, or before leaving, that the substitute would make a list of like any kids that gave her any trouble, and that anyone on that list when she got back would have like essentially her own form of detention. It wasn't like part of the school. And on one of the days I turned to the kid sitting next to me and just asked if I could borrow a sheet of paper, and she wrote my name down, the substitute, like that I was being disruptive. I was like, I just asked if I could borrow a sheet of paper. I don't care. So we then our like main teacher got back from her trip or whatever, and like half of the class had been written down. So her form of detention was basically like we couldn't, during school lunch, instead of going to the cafeteria and having lunch, we had to go to her classroom and work on this math packet that was like this huge packet of problems. And she had said that she was informing all of our parents about it and stuff like that. So we started going to detention every day during lunch hour and work on this packet. And it wasn't even like math that was at our level. Like, it was way more complicated than the stuff we were learning in class. And initially I started just like, yeah, seriously. I was definitely not I would never stand up to teachers on anything. Like, I did whatever I was supposed to do kind of thing. And but so I started doing the packet as all the other students did. And it's probably like a week or maybe two. I finished the packet, turned it in, but we had to get every question in the packet answered correctly before she'd let us go back to lunch. So at that point, I just kind of like bunkered down and was like, you know what, screw this. I'm never leaving. I'm going to spend the rest of the school year in detention. I don't give a crap. So I just would sit there and not work on anything. I'd just sit there and like waste her lunch period. And eventually there'd be kids that would finally finish the packet and fizzle out until I was the only kid there, because I refused at that point. And I also had, by this time I had this vendetta with the teacher, because she also like assigned homework to us and made us do the homework, and would claim if we didn't do the homework, we wouldn't pass the test. Yeah, exactly. That was kind of my thinking. But I would refuse to do the homework, and then I would pass the test just to prove to her that she was full of crap. So I wouldn't do homework, but I'd always pass the test because I was really good at math at the time. And so eventually, it was like way later in the school year, and I was still just going there, and she just kind of like forget about me, and I'd sit kind of on the outside of her class at some desk there, and usually I'd bring Eldar Codex and Warhammer books and just sit there and read instead, which was fine because I mean, that was what I'd want to do anyways during lunch break. It was pretty awesome. But eventually, I don't remember what brought it up, but I was talking to my mom and mentioned how like I don't go to the cafeteria at lunch. She was like, what? Why? And I told her all of the stuff that had happened. She was like, what? I was like, yeah. This is what happened with this math teacher. She's like, she never told me anything about that. I was like, huh. She'd said she was informing all of our parents. So my mom was like, can you find out what other students were in detention with you for that? I was like, yeah. So I got her a list of all the kids in the class that it happened with. And my mom started calling around to all the parents and checked, and none of them were informed anything about it. So she then went to the principal of the school complaining about this teacher doing that, and she got in so much trouble. It was great. Then I got out of it. I didn't have to go anymore. And she just hated me the rest of this school year, but I still passed her class because it's math. It was like, I'd take the test, I'd pass, and that was it. And then she murdered me. She hired an assassin. Because snitches get stitches. I was good at math through 9th grade. And then when I moved to Switzerland, they put me in a math class that they called, I'm trying to remember the term they use for it. I think they called it integrated mathematics. And like in the US with math, you'd take like pre-algebra in 9th grade and then move into like algebra, or I guess it was 8th grade. You do pre-algebra and then you do geometry, trigonometry, calculus. So you'd like build on it each year. And then in 10th grade in Switzerland, they threw me into this advanced math class because I was pretty good at math, but it was like all of the different subjects of math combined. So it had geometry, calculus, trigonometry, like all in one course. And it was just like too much. And I like powered through it through high school, but I wasn't anywhere near as good as I would have been if I just incrementally kept building up. So then when I went to college, I actually had to like go back and build up my maths abilities because of how it was done at that school. It was weird. That's cool. Yeah, so you like struggled growing up, but then got really good at it as you got older. That's good. Oh. Did you think psychologically you like disliked math just because your mom was a math teacher? You thought you had like some responsibility of disliking it? Okay. I thought you said you were really picky about it. Okay. You're like, I am, but I have so many founder badges. Well, yeah, that's kind of how I am too. It's like once I jive with someone, I'm like, I have to catch every stream of theirs and be in the chat and help support them. Be their hype man. Oh, well, I appreciate you stopping by. Don't feel obligated to be here. You gotta sleep, man. Does that mean you gave up on painting your army? You're like, yeah, F that. Yeah, there you go. I was sleepy, but now I'm in chat, so I might as well be painting. You into Apex? Isn't Apex in like the same world as Titanfall, basically? I think that's really interesting that Apex is like such a huge game and Titanfall is kind of like meh. I thought Titanfall was such a cool game. Yeah. The second one was really good. I liked the campaign quite a lot, especially. But it wasn't that popular of a game. Oh, sweet. Oh yeah, the campaign was great too. It wasn't super long, but it was really good.